What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about, we got two videos to watch today. We're going to be talking about Star Wars game details are miserable, okay? Meaning there's no Star Wars game. We were just talking about this the other day. So I saw this, it popped up in my feed, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let's watch it. We're also going to watch Sarge mentioned it to me a couple of weeks ago. I want to know if I brought it up on the stream. Since we're talking about the Star Wars video, there's another Star Wars video about Battlefront called the Huge Battlefront Update. The Kyber 2.0 is here, so we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to talk about the PC development has skyrocketed. The GDC survey finds that 80% of developers are now making games for PC. We're going to talk about Dragon Age. The Veilguard pulled in 1.5 million players, but still missed EA's sales expected by nearly half. Okay, so we're going to talk about that as well. We are going to be doing the morning show as normal from 10 to about 12:30. Then I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back. It's going to be a brand new stream. I'm not going to continue just this stream. It's going to be a separate stream. I'll redirect you guys. Hopefully I can figure that out. And then we're going to go watch the Xbox Direct starting at 1 p.m. So that's what's on the docket for today. That last song you guys heard, that was a Hilly submitted that to me. I thought it was funny, right? Like it's exactly what I'm looking for. Like it's a song about gaming. It's humorous. The type of song it was, like Travis said, it's a song that's like it's like spiritual because the Xbox people like worship him and stuff like that. To me, it was just that's the songs I'm looking for. So if you guys want to submit songs that are all just good and fun, you can put them in our Discord underneath the AI creations. And if I like it, I'll put it in the morning part. Why not? Roadkill says, "Don't tease me with the Star Wars update." Oh, they're on the PC. Are you playing on PC, Roadkill? Are you playing on console? Should I finally play Star Wars Outlaws now? No. The last expansion comes out sometime in the spring, so I would hold off because you're going to be paying for a game that's not complete yet. I would definitely wait. How the hell is everyone doing? Good morning. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. What's going on, Mo, Kylo, Akuta Papa, Travis, Hilly? Did I ever say Big Mo? I think I said Big Mo. If not, I did say it already. Dolphin, Roic, what's going on? Roadkill, I already said Roadkill. I'm saying people's names over and over again. Yeah, just how you guys doing? Last night we played. What's going on, Robert Jones? Last night we played. Well, we tried to play. I don't know what the problem is. We played Delta Force again. Okay, and it was just very stuttery. So midstream we stopped playing Delta Force, and then we went over to Starship Troopers. But we went from Starship Troopers on PC. It was stuttering a little bit, so then I went over to Starship Troopers on console. Having fun playing it. We played it for about an hour and a half before we had our problems, where it started crashing left and right on the Xbox. And yeah, it pisses me off, right? As one of the songs that we have, make a game, sell a game, buggy, broken, unfinished games. It's been out since October. Not only has it been out since October, but the game's been in development for like 2 years. It's been in beta for one on PC. It came out on Xbox in October. It's been 4 months, and the game was so bad. It was so bad. Is it my PC, Robert Jones? On my end, when I'm playing these games, they're flawless. There's nothing wrong. There's no stuttering going on. My frame rate is fantastic. It's the streaming aspect of it, and I don't know why it's doing it. It's got to be a setting inside my stream, but it was like unwatchable because of the stuttering that was going on. What's going on, Heck? I gotta figure it out. I gotta do like a test stream or something with when I play games on PC, because for whatever reason it's just so stuttery, and it's like a hit or miss, right? Sometimes I play a game on stream from PC and it's fine. Other times it's like buggy as hell, or choppy as hell, I should say. Roadkill says, "Yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I did not buy Starship Troopers. I wanted it, and it was in my cart 5 or 6 times, but never pulled the trigger." I would hold off. On PC, it's fine. On PC, I never get a crash. Okay, it just so happens that I can't really play on PC when I'm streaming because it's stuttery. I gotta figure that out on my side. The console version is a goddamn mess. I went to their Discord yesterday and left a post. I was like, this is bullshit. Okay, I said I'm losing it because I feel like I'm wasting my time. Right, I could go play any other game where it doesn't crash. Right, like respect my time. I'm playing your game. I want to enjoy your game. I want to play your game. I want to enjoy your game. But I'm playing the game and then it crashes. And then when it crashes, I lose all my progression, right? It doesn't give you XP as you're playing the game. It rewards all your XP at the end of the match. Well, if I keep getting disconnected before the end of the match, I'm not getting any XP. So meaning I'm not doing anything. So either fix your fucking game so it doesn't crash, or fix your experience so as I'm getting experience, it's giving me XP, so when it crashes, I'm not losing that XP. Either way, fix your game. Fix your game. Robert Jones says both the games are early access. I don't care if it's Starship Troopers claims it's released. Yeah, it's pissing me off, Jones. I want to just play a game and enjoy the game, and I get it. If there's a couple of bugs here and there, cool. Like, I wouldn't be pissed if Starship Troopers gave me XP and rewarded me before the end of the match. Like, as I kill, it gives me XP. It puts it to my account, and then I level up, okay? But no, that's not what it does, right? I put 20 minutes in of a 30-minute match, and all of a sudden, we're at the final wave, and all of a sudden I get disconnected, I get dropped. It doesn't throw you back in the game. It doesn't put you back in. You lose all your experience, okay? And it's like, what the fuck's the point of playing, right? I'm not enjoying myself because every 5 seconds, I'm like, am I going to get dropped? Am I going to get dropped? Roic says, sometimes I have seen that. If you don't set it a FPS cap, it can mess streams up. I have an FPS cap, and for some reason, it was still doing it. I don't know. I gotta do a test stream. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Try to figure out what we can do for streaming. Yeah, Hilly. I wouldn't care if I played the game and it gave me XP as I was playing. But it's a 30-minute match. I sit down for 30 minutes. I can't unlock things until I have XP. And they don't give you the XP until the end of the game. So I'm like, all right, I have time to play a game. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to play Starship Troopers over every other game that's out in the world, right? I'm like, I'm going to take this hour of my time and play this game. And then I play the game, and I was sitting down. I'm like, man, this is fun. I'm killing bugs. I'm having a great time, right? I was like, I don't even care about the little stutters that's happening because of everything stays on the screen, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, it's like 29 minutes and 30 seconds. You got 10 seconds left before the match ends, and all of a sudden you crash. And you're like, what just happened? I lose. Not only do I lose the XP, but I lose 29 minutes of game time with XP, and now I can't unlock anything. So I'm like, all right, first time, I'm like, it's fine. Not a big deal. Let's go in again, right? Playing with friends, killing bugs, like actual bugs, right? Not game glitch bugs. Having a great time, and then do it again. You're like, and then all of a sudden, you lose progression again, another 15 to 20 minutes in the game, and you're like, no, I'm done. Fuck your game. I'll go play a different game that doesn't crash. No, I got a 3060 Roadkill. 3060. I have an i7, 6700, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, I have a 3060. Right? When I'm playing the game on my PC, it's fantastic. When I'm streaming, it's choppy for you guys. The problem that I have is not with PC for Starship Troopers. The problem I have with Starship Troopers is on Xbox. That it crashes all the fucking time. There's two different conversations we're having here. One is the stuttering going on for you guys when I'm live, when I'm playing games on my PC. My side, there's no problems. For the streaming side, it's what it is. Second problem is Starship Troopers on the console crashes all the goddamn time. Travis says 30, but you get a 10-minute rant. That's true. That's true. But is that wasting my time as well? I don't know. The i7 6700 is your problem for what, gaming and streaming? I'm using a Streamlabs OBS, Mr. Luke. Streamlabs OBS. Right? It's not my upload. My upload, I have plenty of speed for my upload. Maybe the bitrate was too high. Maybe I got to lower the bitrate. But once you're live, you can't lower the bitrate. You have to lower the bitrate. You have to end. Oh, you know what it was? That could be it. That could be it, Mr. Luke. I think I was dual streaming. Yeah, we were dual streaming on Twitter and YouTube. That might be it. Yeah, but it doesn't always do it, Kylo. It doesn't always do it. The 6700, i7 6700 should be plenty. Again, it's not stuttering on my side. It's stuttering on your side, but it doesn't always stutter. Go on, Nate. Yeah, I got to figure it out because it's definitely not. You know, you go live to stream and it's just stuttering. Thronkill says Helldivers does that to me. Yeah, but Thron, it doesn't on my side. Are you saying when you are you streaming when you do Helldivers and it does that to you? Because on my side, I'm not stuttering. There's no hiccups, tearing, nothing. It runs super smooth. I'll have to remember to shut the multi-stream off. I totally forgot about the multi-stream when I'm playing the games at night. Are you just using regular OBS, Luke? Are you just using regular OBS? You're not using Streamlabs OBS? Oh man, if I have to, that's gonna be a fucking nightmare. That's gonna be a nightmare. If I shift from Slob to OBS with all my scenes and stuff, can I import my stuff from Streamlabs OBS to OBS? I've been using Streamlabs OBS for years. That's a whole weekend to move that shit over. Yes, PlayStation 5, it crashes at the end of the match. Oh, you're getting so you're getting the crash happening with Helldivers on the okay. I thought you were talking about this stuttering or whatnot. So you're talking about you're getting crashes with Helldivers on your PlayStation, Helldivers 2 on your PlayStation. Yeah. I'm just so upset with Starship Troopers. Here's the funny part. I'm not mad because I paid for it, right? Because I didn't pay for the console version. I paid for the PC version when it was in early access, right? Over a year ago. The company reached out to me because I played Starship Troopers, okay? And I got a code, and I said this back in October when we tried to do it, and I didn't stream it. And they contacted me. They're like, hey, you haven't streamed the game yet, blah, blah, blah. And then in October, I wrote them back. I said, I'm not going to stream your game. I'm not going to stream your game because it keeps crashing, and it's a waste of my time, right? And then they reached back out to the company, and the company got back and said, okay, well, we're doing fixes. And I said, cool. When you fix your game, then I'll play it again. So they made some updates, and I was like, cool. I tried it out a couple weeks ago off stream. It didn't crash. And I was like, all right, I'll stream it online for the console. Last night, play it for about an hour, we're cool. And then all of a sudden, it crashed again. And I'm like, no. Went back in, tried it again, crashed again. I went, nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, you can import? Okay, cool. What's going on, Wonder Rose? Good morning. Considering the game's minimum specs is 8,000 Intel series, for which game? For Starship Troopers? Hold on, I'm opening up Steam right now. Let's see. Store page.
Yo, yo, this is Trooper Hopkins.
Intel Core i3-8100 or recommended Intel i7-8700. I should still be able to run it, right? Considering an i3-8100 is much less than an i7-6700. Is it not? Am I reading that wrong? I understand you're looking at the recommendation. Let me see what Delta Force is. Delta Force, which was also stuttering, much worse than Starship Troopers, is an Intel Core i5-6500. Okay? 16 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060. I have an i7-6700. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I have an NVIDIA 3060, right? So explain that to me. Why is that game stuttering if I meet all the recommended requirements for the recommendation for Delta Force and above? It's not the game. It's Streamlabs OBS. At the same time, it uses a lot of graphics card. All right. So then what I'll do is I'll have to, this weekend, I'm going to download OBS, move all my stuff over, stream a game, and then see what happens with it, Luke. That's what I'll do. Because it shouldn't be as bad as it was. All right, moving on. Yeah, the CPU just meets the specs, I say, but at the top of the streaming, if your CPU usage alone is probably crazy high running the game. My usage of the game, or my computer, because I looked at that, okay, was running at 67%. Okay, so it wasn't anywhere near the top. I appreciate the help, Kylo, but I'm going to go with more what Luke is saying with Streamlabs OBS, because I do know it takes a lot of stuff. One, we'll stop streaming multi-stream with Twitter when we play games, and then two, I won't use Streamlabs OBS when I stream games at night on the PC. Let's see how that works, because it was awful. And on my side, like I said, I'm running the game fine. There's no stuttering. There's no drop frames. There's nothing. I'm looking at it going, oh, yeah, this is great. And then you guys are like, this is terrible. It's like watching a still frame, 10 frames per second. I was like, oh, Jesus. All right. All right, let's go to the first story. That's why big streamers use two PCs to stream, one of the games and one of the stream. Yeah, well, we all can't be that lucky, Mr. Luke. There's ways to stream a just single, I'll move it over to OBS and see what happens. All right. So Dragon Age the Veilguard pulled in 1.5 million players, but still missed EA's sales expectations by nearly half. Now, we watched a video from Ginger Prime. What was it? When did this game come out? August? 3 months ago? 4 months ago? Whatever it was. Okay. Talking about the breakdown of what he thought it actually sold. And I thought it was pretty good, right? Gave my thoughts on that video, my own thoughts on how it was sold, and everyone's like, nah, this game's selling great. Jason Schreier came out and said, I just like that it owns all the chuds. I think that's what he said. I don't want to take him out of quote. Maybe he said something along the lines, but along the lines of something that I just like you guys, all your chuds. I think he said chuds getting owned or something like that. Okay. And then here we are. Here we are now in 2025. And Dragon Age the Veilguard pulled in 1.5. So publisher Electronic Arts, EA, and developer BioWare's latest role-playing game, Dragon Age the Veilguard, grabbed around 1.5 million players, but missed EA's expectations by almost half, okay, by 50%, meaning they wanted 3 million, and even that would be low, let's be honest, okay? That comes from preliminary earning reports from EA sharing details of performance for the third fiscal quarter. Now, we're still a few days out from EA's full financial results of the quarter, which is also shared on February 4th. EA expects a mid-single-digit decline. In addition, the Dragon Age company blamed EA Sports FC25 for underperforming during quarter 3. We continue to deliver high-quality games and experiences across the portfolio. However, Dragon Age and EA Sports FC25 underperformed. Now, FC25 was the top-selling game of the month when it came out, but it's still underperformed, right? Those lists they show you that are at the top, I always love that. They're like, oh, see, it's number 1. I'm like, yeah, but you have no idea what the sales numbers are, so it doesn't really matter, okay? Okay, so in addition, the FC underperformed and the net booking expectations, said the EA CEO Andrew Wilson, as we call him, Android. This month, our team delivered a comprehensive gameplay refresh in addition to our annual Team of the Year update for FC25. Positive player feedback and early results are encouraging. We remain confident in the long-term strategy and expect a return to growth in the fiscal year of 26 as we execute against our pipeline. Launching in October 2024, Dragon Age Veilguard was a long-awaited fourth entry in the Dragon Age franchise, coming to a decade after 2014's Dragon Age Inquisition. And as Dragon Age the Veilguard isn't included in any game subscription service like Xbox Game Pass on console, though it included in EA Play Pro on PC. Now, it says the single-player games face an uphill battle. I don't know. What game was single-player? What was a single-player game that succeeded? I don't know. I think it's a little game called Black Myth Wukong. Okay. What other game came out that was a single-player game? Oh, that's right. It's called Elden Ring. DLC, right? The DLC of Elden Ring. What was another single-player game that came out that sold really well? I can't remember the name. I think it starts with Iberpunk. I think it rhymes with Iberpunk, right? Cyberpunk 2077, right? Like, it's ridiculous to say our single-player games are struggling. Okay. The news is certainly disappointing for Dragon Age fans, especially since its wait for the Veilguard was so long. Now, the fourth entry of the fantasy series was rebooted multiple times across the years with different directors joining and leaving the project of BioWare at one point, and the game was even engineered as a live service title before being again rebooted into a single-player adventure. Now, I love when they say stuff like this because I said from the very start, I said, stay away from this game, and this is before any of the DEI stuff. This is nothing to do with any of that stuff. It has everything to do that the game got rebooted multiple times. It has everything to do that the game was supposed to be like Anthem. It was supposed to be a live service game. Then they rebooted it again and made it into a single-player game, and this is why I told people to stay away from it, and that's before all this other stuff came out, okay? So as more and more of the players' time is sunk by the handful of live service games, it's harder and harder for new games to break out in huge success. In 2023, the only single-player game that cracked the top 10 most played games was Starfield. Is that true? When did Hogwarts come out? Didn't Hogwarts come out in 2023, or was that 2022? Has it been that long? for Hogwarts? Didn't Hogwarts come out in 2022 or 2023? Hold on a second. I got to look at that because now I'm Hogwarts release date. It was February 10th, 2023. What what are these people talking about? See, this is why I can't trust journalists. This is why I can't trust people that are writing articles. Okay, in 2023, the only single player game to crack the top 10 most played games is Starfield. What? Hogwarts Legacy sold 20 million copies or 24 million copies that year. It's the #1 selling game of the year, single player game. Are we forgetting it that bad, chat, that the media has literally forgotten about Hogwarts Legacy, even though it's still on the charts today, 2 years later? Amazing. I previously written about the threat of black hole titles when discussing game trends in 2024, and it's a problem that doesn't have its easy solution. Okay? I recently replayed every Dragon Age game while writing a recap of the story so far and having a comprehensive or comparison in my mind. It was interesting heading into the Veilguard. In my review of Dragon Age Veilguard, I wrote that the combat is widely different and tone varies from the different characters as the same vital, meaningful core of BioWare is known to deliver. While it's far removed its ways from its fantasy franchise, I grew up loving Dragon Age Veilguard, takes its place in prior adventures, okay, with pride. Looking ahead, BioWare is now working on the 5th Mass Effect game, which is also being built by a team using Unreal Engine 5, also by people that have never made a Mass Effect game before. But let's not glance over that, shall we? This game is also still fairly in early development. It was not expected to release into the next couple of years. Elsewhere, EA, multiple studios are working on the next Battlefield game, which they're also changing. And we read an article the other day about 90%. 90? Was it 90 or 95% of the people working on the next Battlefield game have never worked on a Battlefield game? So that should be good for them, right? Jack says Hogwarts sold more than COD. Yeah, it was a single-player game, but yet for some reason they're forgetting about it. It's amazing, right? Hex says throw the whole article away. Yeah, how do you take anything this person says when you can say Starfield was the only single-player game that year? Tell me you know nothing about the game industry by letting me know you don't know anything about the game industry. Amazing. Yeetus Deletus. Love it, Jones. Yeetus Deletus. Right? This article is garbage. Akuta Papa says Hogwarts isn't a game they want to mention because Rowling says the thing was or hateful. I mean, This is a pretty bold statement right here, right? This is a pretty bold statement. Right here. In 2023, the only single-player game to crack the top 10 played was Starfield. The 10 most top game, right? I think I just saw a post. I think from Paul Tassi. Hold on a second. I just saw a post from Paul Tassi. He made a comment about Hogwarts Legacy. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Right here. Okay. Totally wild that Hogwarts Legacy is number 7 on the list of almost 2 years after launch. So Indiana Jones didn't open up at the top 10 game, top 10, right? Star Wars Outlaws, Dragon Age Veilguard completely fell off, and Dragon Ball, right? Look at this. Hogwarts Legacy is at 7 ranked right now for sales, right? It's still selling. 2 years later, it's in the top 7. It's in the top 10. It was 11, and now it's 7. But the #1 most top 10 game was Starfield only. Like, what are we talking about? X says, well, we know that the media didn't want to cover Hogwarts. Too busy virtue signaling. But come on. You can't tell me a game sold 24 million copies that year and it wasn't in the top 10 games played. Would people just buy it and put it on their shelf? Is that what they did? They just bought a copy of Hogwarts and they just put it on the shelf. let me go back to this article real fast because top 10 most played games. Let me see. The most games from last year were over 7 years old. Starfield being the only new franchise to break the top 10. Let's see. It doesn't say what it is though. It's just showing like other games. Where's this list? For you know what? Hold on a second. Top. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it's the way it's worded. It's the only single player game to make it into the top 10 is maybe what they're saying. The other games are Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft. Well, Grand Theft Auto is a single player game, but that's playing multiplayer. Yeah, well, even in this list, right? Even in this list that I'm looking up right now, they don't even have Starfield on here, right? Look, Gaming Titans in 2023, most played games. Most played games are Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, League of Legends, Apex Legends, Valorant, Counter-Strike, and Among Us. Okay. Biggest games by revenue. How? I mean, I don't get it. How do you sell 25 million copies and not have Hogwarts on the list? Top new releases of 2023. I don't get it. Did they boycott this game so hard it's not on any list? How is that possible, chat? Have we just gone down the rabbit hole?
Oh, where I land, I do not know. But here I fall down the rabbit's hole.
Have we just gone? Did we just find that the media blacked out Hogwarts Legacy from lists? How do you sell 24 million copies in a year and not make the list for anything? For game played revenue? How is the number one selling game of the year not in the top revenue for that year? Did they black it out completely? How's that possible? Cool Papa says yes. Hogwarts Legacy is missing in a metric in many circles. How is that possible? What's going on, Turn? Hogwarts Legacy sold over 22 million copies by the end of 2023. And more than 30 million copies by the end of October of 2024. It makes it one of the best-selling video games of all time. Yet, for some strange reason, it's not on any list of single-player games sold in 2023. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, there you go. There's that bullshit article. Okay, there's that bullshit article. Okay, well, Dragon Age didn't sell well. Okay, and then a thing they tell you that wasn't going to sell well, Hogwarts Legacy, sold 25 million units, and now, what did I just say? 30 million? 30 million units by October of 2024. Robert Jones with the 22 months says we don't talk about Taiwan. All right, we won't talk about it. Kuda Papa says because idiots let politics define their belief systems so much that you oppose them, you're hateful. So you ignore anything related to you. That just is absurd, Akuda Papa, that someone could write an article, right? And I get it. In the term that the person used, Starfield was only in the top 10 new single player games. But that doesn't make sense. How can you have more people play a game that sold less than the people that sold 25 million copies? Right? You see what I'm saying? Even if Starfield sold 10 million copies, how do you have more? I guess you have Game Pass, right? But in revenue and stuff, how come it's not on the list? Hogwarts sold 25 million units and they just keep it off the lists. We never went down those lists because I never care. I think it's kind of funny now that someone said that Starfield was the only single player game that year, and then you start looking, and Hogwarts is not on any of those lists because they don't want to put it on a list. It makes no sense. I'm sure someone could do like a deep dive. I don't have the time for this. My time is wasted on games breaking and me wasting my time playing a game that crashes. I don't have time to make a documentary on what they did to Hogwarts Legacy. So hopefully someone makes a video on that. Waterbear says Hogwarts was denied anything because of politically, unfortunately. Mo says, Mike, they got rid of the game like they did with Concord. Yeah, it's crazy, Mo. Again, I never noticed it. Like, obviously, I knew they weren't talking about Hogwarts Legacy at the Game Awards and stuff like that. But I didn't know it wasn't going on any lists. So much so that people that are writing articles don't even know about the game that came out in 2023 was the best-selling single-player game. Not only a single-player game, it was the best-selling game. Right? It outsold Call of Duty, and yet people just kind of just forget about it. What's going on, Eclipse? Amazing. All right, well, let's go to this this next story. Okay, let's go to this next story. Altered says you could use AI to make a documentary, and I bet it does a better job than the people writing those articles. I might have to dive. I might have to dip my toe into that. Altern. Maybe I will. Maybe I will take the time to make a video like that. You know who could do it? Kingard. Kingard, if you see this video, or if you're listening to this right now, you need to make a video of Hogwarts Legacy and how the industry blacked it out. So much so that articles don't even reference it as the #1 selling game. Right? That's who could make a video. Greg Owen, he could make a video. These are right up their alley. Greg Owen makes a video like this. Kingard can make a video like this. That's a video. Roadkill says, why hasn't Xbox and Microsoft released the Game Pass numbers after Call of Duty? It must have not done that much. Here's the question, though, Roadkill. If you want Microsoft to release their numbers for Game Pass, then you want every person to release their numbers for all their game sales. But they don't. And we know why they don't, because it doesn't hit their expectations. Stuff like this gets leaked out why games like Vanguard or Veilguard didn't hit it, right? Because they're public traded companies, and they're not hiding it within the thing. It tells what it is. Okay. Most people don't tell their game sales, because if they did, you would go, nah, it doesn't sell. That's not sold well, right? This is not a Microsoft thing. This is a industry-wide thing that they don't want to share their numbers. Akuda Papa says, there you have it, Starfield. They used Abracadabra. Unfortunately, it backfired, and they're obsessed with trying to kill the game. Yeah, but Mo, we do know they don't say the numbers, right? Let's be real. Companies only gloat about a number that they're happy to gloat about, right? If it's close, they'll gloat. If it's not close, they'll just stay quiet and they'll just throw it into the other section. That goes for any company. I'm not talking about Microsoft itself. I'm talking about every company who's like, well, it's close enough. We can gloat about that, right? If a company is excited about the numbers, they'll scream it from the rooftops. If they're not, they say absolutely nothing, because if they say something, it'll do more harm than good. You don't say anything. Nate says Dragon Age was okay. for me. I didn't pay attention to the negative stuff, but the game and the combat was fun. That's not what we're talking about, though, Nate. And I get what you're saying. Like, people are allowed to enjoy games. We talk about this all the time. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago. Is it okay to have fun with the game that you're having fun with, even if the game is bad? Sure, right? What we're talking about is the article specifically said that Dragon Age didn't succeed, but people were in this narrative that it was succeeding. So it's more of a, hey, here it is. It didn't succeed. And now they're telling you, not only did it not succeed, but it didn't hit expectations, and it was 50% below their expectations. Okay? Meaning it bombed. It failed completely miserably. Okay? And of course, they'll blame it on the hate of the characters instead of not making a Dragon Age game, because it's not a Dragon Age game. It's completely left. And I'm not saying left like politically. I'm saying it left what Dragon Age was. Right? The Dragon Age games, 1, 2, 3, okay, were completely different than what this one is. Altered says, I'm still waiting on how many sales did Suicide Squad had, and they never told us. We want to know why. Yeah, right. Because it sold so many, Altern. Altern also says they told us how much to lose, not how much they sold. Right. And they didn't even tell you how much they lost. They said it was part of the $250 million. It was one of the reasons they lost $250 million that time, but there was other things. But they also compared it year over year to Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy the year before sold 24 million copies or 25 million copies. One fiscal year later, if you're comparing year over year, Suicide Squad didn't come anywhere close. So, of course, expectations, and it is below sales numbers of the following year. Waterbear says, think about how many more copies of Black Myth Wukong would have been sold if it released on Xbox. Right? But think about how many they sold, and they announced it and said, we got this many sales. And then they got more sales because they said, hey, we had this many sales. That's how it works. X says, hell, I enjoyed Concord for 54 glorious hours. There you go. Sarge says, I didn't need to be told that Dragon Age didn't succeed. I knew it didn't because I'm a racist white supremacist. Yeah, that's exactly right, Sarge. Yeah. Nate says, I'm gonna have to play the older Dragon Age games. They're on Game Pass. I've been an older game kick lately. Did you never play the other games, Nate? Have you never played the other Dragon Age games and only played Dragon Age Veilguard first? Waterbear says BioWare is going to close down because of the success of Dragon Age and the Veilguard. They're on. It's bad. It's bad. We have here's a survey, right? We have this story. Speaking of companies closing down, okay? It says a new survey reports that 1 in 10 game developers have lost their jobs in 2024. That's a big number. Okay? That's a big number. Okay? No, none of the older ones. Oh my god. Okay. I would love to know what you think, Nate, once you play those, right? And then maybe you can understand why people are upset with Dragon Age Veilguard, because you came in as a new person, which is fine, right? And played Veilguard first. So you had nothing to compare to, which is probably better, okay? But if you played no matter what you do now, you've played this one first. And then going back to the other ones is going to be kind of, you're judging it backwards. But if you played Dragon Age 1, 2, and 3 first, and then played Veilguard, maybe you would see why so many people were upset with Dragon Age, the last one, compared to the other ones. Waterbear says, stop making shitty games, then you won't lose your jobs. Make a game, sell a game. Right, Waterbear. Okay. So it says 1 in 10 game developers lost their jobs in 2024. That's according to the results of the annual Game Developers Conference State of Video Games survey. The survey sample over 3,000 developers. Well, that doesn't make sense. Come on now. You know what? I don't even know if I should read this article. Because when you do a survey and you're only doing 3,000 developers, how many, you know what? How many developers, how many game developers are there? Roughly. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. As of Q1 2024, there was 11.1 million game developers in the world. The number is expected to continue to grow. 11.1 million, and we surveyed 3,000 people to get this article. Get out of here. I'm not even going to read that. I'm not even going to read that. Okay, we're not even going to entertain that survey. I'm done. We're moving on to the next subject. We're moving on to the next one. Fucking 3,000 people of 11.1 million. Hey, get out of here. I surveyed one person, and they said they lost their job. So let's just assume. That's ridiculous. Altern says 1 in 10 seems weird. Didn't they fire a bunch of people last year? I would say 3 of the 10. I hate surveys like that, Jones. I hate surveys like that. They're like we surveyed 10 people, and those 10 people represent the 10 million people. So one person here, that means 1 million people here. It's like, that's sure, I guess. Crowded says, did I miss a lot? No, we just talked about Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard, and I bitched for 10 minutes about how games should be finished when they came out because Starship Troopers last night crashed on me multiple times on console. Kylo says, what's up with these articles today? I don't know, man. We just look at the articles and read them. I don't read them ahead of time. So it is what it is. Altern says, I will give that article a 7 out of 10. All right, well, here's the next one. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We cover news stories, articles, videos, give my thoughts and opinions on it, have a conversation with you guys. If you're watching over on Twitter or X, come on over. We do this Monday through Thursday, like I said, from 10 o'clock in the morning to about noon Eastern. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Roic says they used the Family Feud method when they did it. Yeah. We surveyed 3,000 people to say how many people lost their jobs. Survey said, 1 out of 10. Kuda Papa says 30, but the survey with the small test group is totally accurate. We know this is because they did the politics of those surveys 100% captured how the voters think. That's right. We all saw how the voters thought, right? If I survey homeless people and I say I interviewed 1,000 homeless people and 1,000 homeless people were all homeless, do you think their outlook of life would be a little different than the people that are not homeless? If I didn't interview people that weren't homeless, I just interviewed homeless people, I think it would be a little skewed, wouldn't it? You would have to ask them a question and know what it is and why they became homeless and all these other things. It's not just a blanket statement of, why can't you get a job as a homeless person? And then ask the other people, why do you think homeless people can't get jobs? Right? So, the next story. PC development has skyrocketed. GDC survey finds, another survey. Survey 80% of developers are now making games for PC, more than double the number working on PlayStation 5 or Xbox games. Now, I'll take this a little bit and put it towards what I've been saying, right? Because we can do this, right? We can kind of make, but we haven't read the article yet. Just based on the title, based on other articles that we've read in the past about game consoles are not selling as well. More people are buying digital games. More people are getting streaming services. Less people are getting consoles. Here's another one of why developers are doing more PC. That's why there was 19,000 games that came out on Steam last year, okay? I don't think there was 19,000 games that came to Xbox, okay? Now, why is that? Why is there more people making PC games than console games? Well, it's very simple. There's millions and billions of PCs out there. That's the biggest audience of potential consumers that can play your game on the thing, okay? Now, they already have a PC, which is, I understand, not everyone needs a gaming PC to play games. There's other games they're playing that are much less intensive, okay, on Steam or Epic or GOG, okay? Lots of things going on. So let's read on, okay, of why. Okay, it's kind of funny to look back at all the times that PC games has been declared dead. A claim that, to borrow a phrase, was a exaggeration. There's also been any doubt that the GDC 2025 State of the Game Industry Report says development on the platform was skyrocketed with 80% of more than 3,000. Oh, here. Are these the same 3,000 developers from the last one? 3,000 developers who responded to the survey saying they're currently making games for PC. So, is this ironic? 3,000 developers were surveyed for the last one. 3,000 developers were surveyed for this one. 3,000 developers, 1 out of every 10 are losing their job. And are those the same ones they're also doing here, saying they're making games for... I'm confused. Okay. It says that's the big jump for 2024's report, that 66% of respondents said that they were developing for PC, which was sufficient enough for GDC to call a dominant platform. It also more than doubled the percentage of developers working on the second most popular platform, the PlayStation 5, which claimed the 38% respondents of the Xbox Series X, which came in close third at 34%. Now, I want to read this one right here. The second most popular platform. Let's read that. Let's make that big in the background for people, right? The second most popular platform. The first popular platform would be the PC platform, okay? Just saying. Your 60 million people that own a PlayStation 5, or 62 million, is a minuscule... Xbox is really minuscule, okay, for the console version, okay? But is a minuscule of the grander scheme of what the PC has, okay? The percentage of developers making games for PC has been tracking upward for years. 56% of developers said they were making games for PC in 2020, a figure that rose to 58% in 2021, 63% in 2022, 65% in 2023, and interest in development of PC is also way up, reaching 74% of respondents to the survey, a big jump from 62% last year. Okay, but keep running with the narrative that no, more people are buying consoles. They're not. Less people are buying consoles. Okay. The exact reason for this jump is unclear, but it could be connected to the rising popularity of Valve's Steam Deck. Steam Deck has sold... How many did Steam Deck sell? I think it's what? Steam Deck sales... Steam Deck has sold... How many copies of Steam Deck sold? It's less than 3 million. Right? 3 million sold since the launch sometime during 2023. So maybe we're at 4 million, 5 million. I don't think that's why it shot up as much, because of the Steam Deck selling 4 million copies. Okay? But I don't know. The GDC report says that this year's survey didn't single out the Steam or Valve's handheld gaming computer as its own platform because of the hub of PC or Mac games. But it appears that some developers do view it as a unique platform. For instance, when asked to name other platforms and interest them, almost half, 44%, wrote the Steam Deck. Okay. But that's not a lot, right? There's only 3-4 million copies out there sold of the Steam Deck. I think there's also a reasonable guess, and also the add is also a simple fact that accessibility may also play a very large role in the popularity of PC as a development platform. Making games is hard. Can we stop saying that? Can we stop saying that? Anything you do is hard. Digging a ditch with your hands is hard. Building a house without a hammer is hard, okay? Building it with a hammer is hard, okay? You don't have to say making games is hard, right? We get it, okay? Playing professional football, getting professional football is hard. Being a professional, becoming a doctor is hard, right? We get it. You don't have to put the hard part, okay? But doing it on PC is about as easy as it is going to get. Learn your programming language and choose, or of your choice, give Valve $100, and bang, you're selling your stuff on Steam. Nearly 19,000 new games launched on Steam in 2024 alone. So it's no wonder PC rates so highly as a platform of choice. I wouldn't be surprised if only developers who said that they're not working on PC right now are also Rockstar. Okay, we'll also still don't have a Grand Theft Auto 6 PC announcement, and not that I'm annoyed, but or anything. So here you go. which platforms are being used for. Okay, PC 80%, PlayStation 38%, Xbox 34%. Okay, that's not a big difference, right? Again, which platforms are being used for your current project? There's not very many there. I think this percentage of 38 to 34 is the paying for exclusivity for PlayStation, because most of them are coming on both platforms, right? Android's at 29%, iOS is 28%, Mac is 23%, Nintendo Switch is 20%. I wonder how that's going to go up with the Nintendo Switch 2 when more third-party games start coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. That'll be a very interesting number to see next year or 2 years from now with the 20% here. Web browser 16, VR is VR. That can't be 114%. How is that 104? That's got to be 14%. They put a 1 in front of it. It's got to be, right? Because 114%, that would make it number 1. But hey, who needs editors anymore? Who needs editors? Xbox Game Pass is 13%. Okay. PlayStation Plus is 9%. Nintendo Switch 2 is 8%. Oh, they have Nintendo Switch 2 here. So 8% of people are making Nintendo Switch 2 games. Okay. Tabletop games, 4%. Media platform, Netflix, TikTok, 3%. And UGC platforms, Roblox, Minecraft, 3%. And what the fuck is, Playdate's that little wind-up one. It's also worth noting that GDC's State of the Game Industry survey skews heavily towards Western developers. Do you see what I'm saying about these surveys? Right? Towards Western developers, 58% of survey respondents from the U.S. For instance, while the UK, Canada, Australia make up another 16%, and China, the massive market where mobile games are far more popular, doesn't rank amongst this list of countries, which is the most respondents. Okay? And even without taking that to account, the popularity of mobile gaming worldwide makes mobile and game development feel unrepresented in the report. Japanese developers are also effectively absent, and all of that is obviously going to be biased in the results to some extent. Yeah. This is exactly what I was talking about when you interview with someone for surveys and you're leaving out the remainder of the rest of the people. It kind of skews what your survey is. Man, these are great articles today. These are great articles today. But we can assume that more developers are making PC games because we can see that, right? We can see that 19,000 games were made, regardless if it was one guy making it, 5 people making it, or a big-ass studio making it. PC is the way to go for a majority of developers out there, just like I said in the article, where $100 and you knowing your code, boom, you can make a game and put it on Steam, okay? So I'm going to throw this out as well. You know, I hate surveys. If you're going to do a survey, you got to do a massive survey. You can't just do survey says 10 people, 100 people, right? And then think that's what the world is. But we do know that PC development is number 1, okay? And people making for just PlayStation is a small portion because they're being paid to make that. What Xbox does for exclusivity is they're like, hey, we're going to take your game, we're going to give you money, and we're going to put your game on Game Pass, but you can also sell it everywhere else. What PlayStation does is says, we're going to give you money, and you can only put it on PlayStation. So that makes it just, if it's timed exclusive or whatever, third-party companies getting paid, they're only on that platform of the 60 million, 65 million consoles for a short period of time or for a long period of time, which kills most of those developers, right? Because they're not making money on top of that. Hence why PlayStation's now doing PC and PlayStation, because obviously the rest of the people haven't moved over from PlayStation 4 yet. The other 60 million people that owned a PlayStation 4 haven't moved over to PlayStation 5 yet. Well, how do you circumvent that? Well, you have to put it towards PC to make up or subsidize the part that's not coming over. Maybe they're not coming over to PlayStation 5. Maybe they just went straight to PC because it's more better for them. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Akuta Papa, at least it's not Bungie's 77777 developers were surveyed. We found that they prefer working for Bungie so they can make money without working. Thank you much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. The clip says, I think it's because most computers come with integrated graphics card now, and they can also start Minecraft or Roblox, and eventually they learn about Steam. Right. Robert Jones says, fuck, playing games is hard. X says, throw the whole graph away. Altern says, yeah, 114% sounds about right. Yeah. 16%, 114%, 13%. It's in the right category. Robert Jones says, Elon Musk says no to editors. Did he come out and say that that's what it was? That he thought Asmongold had editors like the New York Post and stuff has editors? Is that what he thought they were? Heck says this is a new segment, the article beatdown. I'll make a song about it. I'm not going to make a song about that. Maybe I will. Altern says, great articles today. Let's make a survey in chat asking about how good articles are. Yeah, I'm going to take a survey of the 20 people that are here. I don't even know how many people are here. 30 people are here. 33 people are here. And we'll just say that, 90% of the whole gaming population, according to the 33 people that 30 and Still Gaming surveyed, and let's make an article about it. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Mo says, Mike, PC has always been where most games are. Yeah, I know this, Mo. Tell this to the console boys, okay? Tell this to the console boys that refuse to think, right? And they think that people they're taking the small portion of PC gamers, and they're like, well, the master race, they're so full of themselves, right? I gamed on the Apple IIc back in the day, okay? When there was an Atari, we had the Apple IIc as well, right? I've been a multi-platform gamer my entire life, okay? I know that games have always been on PC, but for some strange reason, PlayStation guys and Xbox guys think that, nope, because that's where they play, that is the biggest platform. If you surveyed just the PlayStation guys, you'd be like, is there another platform? They're like, no, just PlayStation, right? Nope, it's just Xbox. You would think that it was just console, okay? But it's 10 times the size of what you guys are doing over here on console is what PlayStation or what PC has. Ron says we need a survey about surveys. Good, that's good. We'll do that. We'll do a survey about surveys. And then Altern right after says we should make a survey asking people if the survey seems correct. And we'll just keep doing surveys. We'll just keep doing survey after survey. Sarge says, bro, you showed the revenue graph that showed that mobile is king. No one gives a shit about console in the corporate land. Right. Because money walks and bullshit, or money talks and bullshit walks. Right? All right, let's go from that. We went from that to this. We got the survey there. We didn't give a shit about that. We talked about Dragon Age. Let's watch some videos. Okay? Let's watch some videos. All the stories that we're talking about today, all the videos that we're watching today is in the description down below. Except this one. I didn't put this one in. Let me fix that right now. This one is not in here. This one's from this was a latecomer. I found this one afterwards. But it connects to the other one, so. All right. Google, how many people you need for a survey? The standard is ridiculously low. I thought it was 1,000, but it's much lower. What is it? How many people you need for a survey? Was it like 100 people? A number of people you need to survey depends on the type of survey and the desired accuracy at the accuracy level. Okay, accuracy level. The general rule of thumb is to have a sample size of at least 30 people. Well, there you go. We can hold. We have enough people to be We have enough people to be clarified as an actual survey. So you don't need millions of people to take a survey. You just need 30 people. You need 30 people. We qualify. We've made it. We've made it as a channel. Yes. We can make it. I have enough people watch me. We went below it. We went below it. We don't have enough people now to make a survey. I thought we made it. However, the idea sample size can range from 100 to 2,000 people. Boy, that's some low-ass standards. That's some low-ass standards. Hal says if PC was so insignificant, Sony wouldn't be investing in it. Then again, they did make Concord, so what do I know? You know? Altern says we should make a survey on what other jobs is hard than game dev, since we all know that the game devs is the hardest job in the world. Yeah, the guys on the oil rigs, you know, or, hanging upside down on a helicopter, shooting people, these are easy jobs compared to game dev. Game dev is hard. You guys understand? Can we just assume that everything's hard? Right? Everything's hard, right? Your job, the reason that people are not doing your job is because they think it's hard. They don't want to do it, right? I don't want to be a doctor. Doctor is a hard job. I don't want to be a lawyer because lawyer is a hard job. Okay? Yeah, we can actually do a survey. All right, so this first video that we're watching is the new Star Wars game. Details are miserable. Okay, meaning there's really none. Okay, there's none. There's no games in the horizon that are coming out. So let's watch this.
Games are going extinct. And I know that might sound a little bit dramatic, but hear me out. Yes, there are a bunch of new Star Wars games which are coming out in the future, which have been announced, which I'll get to really soon. But it feels like each and every year there are less and less Star Wars games to look forward to.
Well, there is. Let's back up here for a second.
Really soon. But it feels
look, 2020 we had 5. 2021
like
we had
each
5.
and every year there are
2022 we had 2.
Less and less Star
Then we
Wars
had 2
games to look forward to. 20 years ago.
I think we had 4 at the bottom there. Look at all those great games. Look at all those great games back then. We didn't know what we were missing. We didn't know how good we had it with Star Wars games.
It was the year 2005. In that year, we had 4 of the most iconic Star Wars games released ever. The golden age of Star Wars gaming, including Republic Commando, Avengers Sith video game, Battlefront 2, and Lego Star Wars, all in the same year. Can you imagine what that was like? We never knew how
I can imagine. I was there.
good we had it, guys. We never knew. Oh, we had it good. They were cooking back then.
The galaxy belongs to me.
The thing is, I made a video really similar to this one about a year ago, and there's not much that has changed.
I think we watched it about a year ago as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Based on what I talked about in that video to this, apart from the fact there are less games on the horizon. How is that even possible? What are they doing? Star Wars is literally a
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. We've had this conversation not only with Star Wars, with Disney, but with Hasbro and EA and all these other companies. Like, they have these IPs and they have no idea what to do with it, right? You used to put Star Wars on anything, it would sell. Cereal boxes, candy, Pez dispensers. It doesn't matter. You put Star Wars on it, it would print money. Now you put Star Wars on it and you're like, I like Star Wars, but I don't know if I like this Star Wars.
money printing machine. Do you not know? We will buy it. Even if it kind of sucks, we'll buy it.
That is correct, right? We love Star Wars so much, okay? I mean, look. I have Lego Star Wars. I have a Star Wars lightsaber. I have Star Wars figurines. Like, I have Star Wars everything. I love Star Wars. But I don't know if I love Star Wars anymore. I used to love Star Wars. I don't love this Star Wars anymore. I'm not only do I not love Star Wars anymore, their Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, but I don't really like the future of games in Star Wars. Now, I like Jedi Survivor. I thought Jedi Survivor was fantastic. I thought Jedi Fallen Order was fantastic, right? There are games that are good. I had a good time playing Outlaws, but it was undercooked.
Give me Ahsoka Tano, I'll buy the game.
I love Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Let me play as Darth Vader, I'll buy the game. Let me play as Obi-Wan, Master Yoda, Jango Fett, Boba Fett. Heck, even if they
Not that Boba Fett.
play as Obi-Wan, Master Yoda, Jango Fett, Boba
Not that Boba Fett. I do not want to play that Boba Fett.
Fett. Heck, even if they made a Snoke game at this point, I would definitely buy it and play it, and probably enjoy it. But the future of Star Wars gaming is changing. The current state of Star Wars games is in a strange place, probably stranger than it's ever been. Well, that's not necessarily true, considering Star Wars destroyed LucasArts way back in 2012, and Disney bought it, and...
I feel your pain. Yeah. Think about this. Let me go back to 2011. And we're like, oh my God. Lucas is selling it. Disney is buying. If anyone could buy Disney, or I'm sorry, if anyone could buy Star Wars, Disney is the company to do it. Disney is going to just constantly make Star Wars from here on out. Boy. Boy, is that bad.
The rest is history. Here we are, so many years later, still wondering where all the Star Wars games are. Today I'm going to tell you where they are, and what's coming next, and
You know what happened in the gaming industry? The video games decreased because, well, EA had a contract with them, and they were the only ones that could make Star Wars games.
what there is to look forward to. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. I always personally try and remain positive and optimistic about the future of Star Wars and the future of Star Wars games. I've loved and played Star Wars games all the way back since 1999 when I played my first Star Wars game, the Phantom Menace pod racing game, still one of the best Star Wars games.
One of the greatest arcade games ever was the pod racing game. Not this one so much though.
In my opinion, Star Wars Racer, oh my gosh, it's so good. And as I let Watto abuse me from the menu screen,
This part no good for you, huh?
I thought, wow, Star Wars is great. Star Wars games are great. Surely they'll have a great future. And for quite some...
Look at that. Look at that game. Look at that game. Star Wars Galaxies. Oof. Beautiful game. What a great game. 2003. Peak Star Wars. Peak.
time they did. But 1999 was a long time ago, and here we are 26 years later, and I'm still playing and enjoying and talking about Star Wars games. But they're not exactly in the place I think any of us want them to be. It feels like there's a real scarcity. Like, it's a rare sight to see a Star Wars game nowadays, let alone a Star Wars game you're going to enjoy playing. And oddly enough, looking back at 2024, there were quite a few Star Wars games that released in that year, including the Phantom Menace re-release, the Battlefront Classic Collection, the Bounty Hunter remaster,
Battlefield Classic Collection was broke when it came out.
Star Wars Hunters, Star Wars Outlaws, and I guess the Indiana Jones game kind of counts. And then we also had the Lego Fortnite
Star Wars Legos, the complete saga, whatever it was. That was an awesome game, by the way.
Star Wars content. And last year served as a bit of a trend of, I think, more of what's to come. Yes, they are making more new Star Wars games, but before that, we're going to be getting more remasters, more re-releases, and more DLC updates for games that you don't necessarily play. For example, almost a year ago, Disney paid $1.4 billion to buy a stake in Epic Games to start building their own franchised games within Fortnite.
That right there, I think, is a major problem with a lot of franchises, right? Hasbro doesn't want to make a Transformers game, but Hasbro will take Transformers and throw it in any game possible, right? Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, mobile games, whatever, as a partner, right? But they will not take the time to sit down to make an actual good game. They just license out what the brand is to other games to get people hyped up. That's what they've done. That's what Disney's doing, right? Disney's like, why make a game when we can just make our characters inside of Fortnite? Hopefully when they come out with their game, which might be, what, Infinity? What was it, 2.0? 3.0? Okay? That's basically what they're making with their $1.5 billion investment in that.
Really?
This means that alongside the Fortnite Battle Royale, alongside Lego Fortnite, in the future, there are potentially, most likely, going to be a bunch of Disney-themed games based on the franchises of Disney. They're basically building Disney Infinity 2.0.
But inside of Fortnite.
Or 3.0 or 4.0. I don't know how many numbers
I literally just did that. That's awesome.
there are. I can't count. That's not what I'm here for. We're here to talk about why they can't just
Oh, Battlefront 3. That's the game. That's the best game I'm looking forward to. That'll be the best game that I'm ever looking forward to is Battlefront 3. Just to be let down that they didn't do. They left something out. They're missing characters. They'll over monetize it or something.
Just make Battlefront 3. I can count to 3. Battlefront 1. There's Battlefront 2. I can't seem to find Battlefront 3. Why?
Yeah, Battlefront 3 doesn't exist in anything. It's almost like Valve made Battlefront games. They made a Battlefront 1. They made a Battlefront 2. Then they made a Battlefront 1 again. Then they made a Battlefront 2 again. Then they re-released the Battlefront 1 and 2 again. They just can't put that third number behind it.
If they never made it, it doesn't exist. And it seems like it won't for quite some time, seeing as though EA seem to really not want to touch anything to do with Battlefront 3 and online multiplayer Star Wars games. Now, I think, yes, it is kind of unfair to compare Star Wars gaming now to where it was 20 years ago. So much has changed in the world.
The dancing of Star Wars.
Now we have smartphones, social media, AI technology, Battlefront 3. Oh, wait, it still doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. No Battlefront 3. Sad.
Imagine being a kid in 2005 and someone tells you, hey, they're never actually going to release Battlefront 3, like ever. Like,
that's what I would do. If I could have a time machine, I would go back to when I was younger and tell myself, I'd be like, little 30. Well, Mike, you will become a subpar streamer in the future. And there will be no Battlefront 3. Do not get your hopes up because it will never come. And I'll be like, oh my God, who are you? Is that what I look like in the future? Dear Lord, what happened? Right? I would have so many questions.
Like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to release. You would be gobsmacked, mind blown that they couldn't make Battlefront 3. But it does look like at the moment, the future of Star Wars gaming is going to be more of the same. More content within other games, such as Minecraft, such as Fortnite, such as goodness knows, whatever you can name, they'll probably put Star Wars in it at some point. Do you guys know about Rule 35? If you can think of something that could be a Star Wars product, it already exists.
There used to be always Star Wars products. Everywhere.
So in the next year, here's what you can look forward to. More Star Wars within other games such as Fortnite. Who knows?
That's the bad part, right? That's the bad part. That you can look more to Star Wars games, but in other games.
When we're going to hear the announcement or the release of whatever Epic Games Disney thing they're making. Hopefully it's good, hopefully it's fun, and hopefully it isn't just an extension of another pre-existing game like Fortnite. Hopefully it becomes its own thing. Now, before I talk about every up-and-coming Star Wars game that is set to release sometime in the future, I want to talk about where we were this time last year. At that point, Respawn was still developing their Mandalorian first-person shooter game.
Yeah, there was a Mandalorian game. Not happening right now. At least we don't think it's happening.
What happened to that one? Well, my friends, they stabbed it in the back with a knife and it's no longer in existence.
What?
Apparently some people played it internally and there were reports that it actually was pretty fun. It's going to be a single-player game similar.
Oh, you can't have single-player games. As that article said, single-player games do not sell.
To the Titanfall games in some respects, I guess, with Respawn anyway, who are developing it. But that one will likely now never see the light of day. A lot of people were also genuinely looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws, and even though I personally didn't have many problems with the game, although I did have some, a lot of people completely hated it, which is totally...
I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. It was just undercooked. It needed another 8 months of development time.
Totally fair, and it wasn't the Star Wars game we all wanted anyway.
It's not the Star Wars game I didn't want. I thought it was fine. I was fine with the character. I didn't care that she was who she was. I thought the game itself was good. I thought the landscape and stuff was good. It's just the stealth mechanics were terrible. The driving mechanics are terrible. Again, it just needed more polish.
The thing is with Star Wars Outlaws though, and for that matter any other single-player Star Wars game, they have a really short lifespan. Basically, it's years of development, then there's a bit of hype for maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then the game's dead. No one's really playing it, unless you're picking it up later, maybe a few months.
Yeah, but that's okay, right? If you make a game, right? Here's the thing. If you make a single-player game and people buy it because it's a complete game, then you make the money off of it, right? You make the 60, you make the 70, whatever you put your price tag on, you make that game, you sell that game, and that game is done. Once you are done with that game, you put it down, right? I don't hear this complaint with Skyrim, right? People go back and play Skyrim. People go back and play Mass Effect. People go back and play the Uncharted. People go back and play Tomb Raider. People go back to games that they like because they're good games, okay? Sure, they're not buying that game again unless it is Skyrim for the 10th time or Last of Us for the 10th time, okay? But a single-player game you buy, you play, you put it down. A live service game is free, most of them, okay? A live service game is low cost, $40. Some of them are $70, and the ones that are $70 usually fail, okay, because they're asking for money up front and they're asking for more money afterwards. But live service games usually are free. Okay, there's Destiny. Destiny works where they charge and so on. But most of them are free. So they have to make their money across the board. Right? Let me back up here.
They have a really short lifespan. Basically, it's years of development, then there's a bit of hype for maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then the game's dead. No one's really playing it, unless you're picking it up later, maybe a few months.
What do you think a developer would like to do? Do you think a developer would like to take one game and work on it for 10 years? Or do you think a developer would like to work on a game for 5 years and move on to the next game?
Or a few years later once they've dropped the price. What Star Wars needs, and what I've been saying for such a long time now, is a live service game. We need another Battlefront. We need another shooter or another online game. Yes, we have Star Wars Hunters, but it's not really the same. We all know that. Star Wars Hunters is not the Star Wars game I'm talking.
There you go, Ron. There's your Marvel rivals for Star Wars.
About that we need. What's that? Sorry? They still haven't released Battlefront 3. Still. Like the video if you want to see Battlefront 3. And subscribe so I can get to 1 million followers before they ever announce Battlefront 3 ever happening.
He might get 1 million before it comes out.
Now, like I said, I personally want to be optimistic and positive about the future of Star Wars gaming. So here is basically everything we have to look forward to at this current moment in time. It's likely we're going to get a bunch of announcements around Star Wars Celebration. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there was a game or two announced around then, and maybe we get more information on some of the games they're already making, such as the third Jedi game. This is
the third Jedi game, the creative director's gone. The creative director's gone. He left the studio before the third one comes out. Why do you think that is? Because he worked on this game and the other game, and he's like, you know what, I'm done making these games, I want to go make something else.
Supposed to be the conclusion of Cal Kestis' story, developed by Respawn, but the thing is, Stig Asmussen, who is the lead game developer on Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, left the company over a year ago. So he's not even involved in the final game. I assume he gave it some sense of direction before he left, but it still seems
Don't assume. Don't assume.
strange that the game director of a trilogy isn't going to be involved in the last
We're watching that video next, Eclipse.
game. That would be like George Lucas selling Star Wars to Disney after Empire Strikes Back. Can you imagine? That's like if George Lucas made A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back and was like, you know what, I'm gonna let someone else write and fully create Return of the Jedi. So I really hope Jedi 3 isn't a train wreck. I love the Jedi games. I think they're some of the best Star Wars storytelling we've had in the Disney era of Star Wars. I have really high hopes for Jedi 3 being the conclusion to the saga that we all want and need. Come on, Respawn, get us across the line. We all need a win. Let Merrin and Cal get married and have babies and live happily ever after. That's the ending I want. Now, Respawn are also working on something else, and I think this Star Wars game is possibly the closest to being released. It's the Star Wars RTS game that's being developed in...
We talked about that the other day. There's an RTS game coming out. Hopefully, we get to see it soon.
In conjunction with a new studio called Bit Reactor. This one is going to be a real-time strategy game, a style of Star Wars.
This is not gameplay from it. This is not that game.
Game we have not had in many years, over a decade, well over a decade. And this one seems pretty solid from all the murmurings at the moment. It seems like this one is 100% going forward. They're pretty deep into creating it, and it's going to cater to both hardcore
Empires at War is a great game. You can still download it right now or play it right now. Right? Single player RTS game, fantastic game.
RTS players who've grown up and played RTS games their whole life, and also new players who maybe necessarily have never played an RTS in their life. Empire at War was never my thing, man. I gotta try it. People
fantastic.
Tell me to try it all the time. I gotta try Empire at War. Tell me if you want me to try Empire at War. I'll try Empire at War and see if I can
try it. Try it. It's fantastic.
Bring some more war to the Empire. Maybe the sequel's gonna be called Empire at Peace, just like Palpatine wanted.
We shall.
Do you guys remember Visceral Games? They were an EA studio, and at one point, before they were completely shut down by EA, they no longer exist, they were developing a Star Wars game. They'd hired Amy Hennig to lead.
Yeah, this is that game that we saw, what, 5 years ago, 4 years ago? And we're like, what the hell is that? That looks great.
Game development. She previously worked on the Uncharted series, and it's said that she is currently developing a new Star Wars game with Skydance New Media or another new game developer studio. The game's...
Wait, she's working on another one? I'm confused. So isn't she working on that Captain America Black Panther game, 1943?
She previously worked on the Uncharted series, and it's said that she is currently developing a new Star Wars game with Skydance New Media or another new game developer studio. The game's going to be an action-adventure game, likely third person, another probably story-based game. This one, there's really no news about at all, apart from the fact that it's being developed somewhere behind the scenes. But it's unclear whether Respawn are going to continue working on new Star Wars third-person games after the third.
She's working on both? I mean, I would like you to finish one before you start the next, but that's just me.
Jedi game releases, so I'm glad that there's going to be more of this style of Star Wars game to look forward to in the future. What they were doing at EA so many years ago now, nearly 10 years ago, honestly looked pretty cool. So the fact that that was shut down, I think it was called Project Ragtag, I hope some of the ideas from that have been brought over to this new Star Wars game at this new studio. We also have Star Wars Eclipse. Now this one is in a bit of a limbo, it seems. It is being developed by Quantic Dream and is set to be their next released game, with Quantic Dream not having released a game since Detroit Become Human in 2018. Now, this one is also surrounded...
Was that 2018 when Detroit Become Human came out? Jesus.
...with a bit of controversy.
6 years ago. The hell?
And it's possibly also in a bit of development limbo. We don't really know what's happening at the moment with this one, considering there were lawsuits at the company about sexual harassment, a bunch of nonsense going on. I don't know, guys. We just want Star Wars games. And that trailer they released over 3 years ago...
I get his sentiment, you know what I mean? Like, I just want games, man. I don't want this, like, this drama of, like, all this other shit that goes on. Just make a game, sell a game, announce your game, work on that game, release that game, and move on.
It was basically just a
make it done, make it complete.
To get developers to come and work at the studio. It's like an ad for, hey, we're making a Star Wars game. We need developers to come build it. We have nothing apart from a trailer. Make the trailer before they make the game. That don't make no sense to me. Usually they don't make the trailer before they make the movie. So who knows what's happening with Star Wars.
That's exactly what they do. They literally do that, at least in video games. They make the trailer to get the hype so they can hire developers, get them excited. They're like, oh my God, they're making a Star Wars game. They're like, oh my God, I would love to work for that studio because they're making that game. And they're like, what are we making? They're like, we haven't made it yet. We're hiring you to make that game.
Eclipse. Hopefully we'll see it one day. And then we also have the Knights of the Old Republic remake. This one is being developed by Saber Interactive. It was previously being developed by Aspire. Sony and PlayStation are involved. And
it's never good when one studio is working on it and then it moves to another studio.
The last we heard about this one,
Transformers. That's all you need to know.
Was on April 2nd in 2024, where the CEO confirmed that the remake is alive and well. I think it's likely, based on previous years of Star Wars news in the gaming space, we're going to hear something possibly even within the next month about up-and-coming Star Wars games. We might even get some new announcements coming out. This month, we also have the Jedi Power Battles re-release to look forward to if you want to play a game that released way back and probably feels kind of the same with maybe some updated mechanics and updated physics, but it's an old game. We want new games at the end of the day. I think
I don't want remakes. I don't want remakes. I want new.
There is still some hope for a new golden era of Star Wars gaming as well. I think we can somehow still get back to what it was in the early 2000s when there seemed to be a ridiculous amount of Star Wars games releasing, but it's probably going to be a few years away. I'd say they'd want to tie that in with the release of the up-and-coming Star Wars films that are set to start releasing from 2020.
Is that Doc Brown? I missed the last episode or last season of Mando. I didn't watch it. Dear Lord. Obviously, I know it's...
The up-and-coming Star Wars films that are set to start releasing from 2026 onwards, starting with the Mandalorian and Grogu film. It feels like that are what Disney is setting up to be kind of the resurgence of Star Wars, the next wave of Star Wars projects coming in after this streaming series era that we're currently still in and is a bit hit and miss.
Go.
Honestly though, guys,
that's peak Star Wars right there.
And is a bit
this
hit
is
and
peak
miss.
Star Wars right here.
Go.
Honestly though, guys, I'm just trying to spread the word about Star Wars.
The power of many.
Wars games. I love Star Wars games. I want more Star Wars games, and I'm trying to keep them alive through this channel, through me talking about them more, through me creating a bit of buzz about them, and get everyone else talking about them. Maybe if I make more Battlefront 3 videos, one day they'll actually make the game.
I like that. You can manifest it. Yeah, manifest Battlefront 3.
But if you could choose one Star Wars game to get made, please tell me what it'd be in the comments.
It's Battlefront 3. That's it. Battlefront 3.
And also watch this video for Battlefront stuff. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon. All right, I'm not going to...
Okay, so from that video, we're going to watch this next video, which is one of our favorite games is Battlefront 2, right? Battlefront 2 is a fantastic game, okay? It got shit on because of the microtransactions and whatnot, and here we are, that was loot boxes, and here we are all these years later. Look at what the landscape of video games is now. People are paying $28 for skins and season passes and battle passes and just in store, right? Digital goods. They're paying $28 for stuff, and people were complaining that they had to play a game back in the day, okay, to unlock Darth Vader for 8 hours of playtime. Okay? It was like 8 hours of playtime, like actual playtime of just grinding to get Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker. I forget what it was, right? It might be longer than that. It wasn't 8 hours. It was longer, but regardless, you would pick it up and as you played, you complete it, right? Now you don't do any of that. Now you just buy stuff and everyone's fine with it. Okay? It's amazing how far we've come. So people, because they stopped supporting Battlefront 2, and they wanted to make so many more characters and so many more things, but they couldn't have time. Okay? Well, they have to jump through hoops when they make these games, right? They have to jump through these hoops because we watched another video talking about they were going to put like Ahsoka in games and what like that, and they didn't because Disney had to okay it or whatnot, right? So now modders have come along and have created this thing called the Kyber 2.0. Okay? Kyber 2.0 is this Battlefront mods that they put in and a launcher, okay, that they made, where it takes all of these mods and puts them into this launcher, and it makes the game so much better, okay? So here we go. It's called Huge Battlefront Update. Kyber 2.0 is here.
Battlefront 2 just received the best online update yet. New heroes are added to the game, new skins for trooper classes, more primary and secondary weapons, plus custom abilities, proximity chat, brand new maps, and finally, the ability to host servers are now available through the Kyber 2.0 update. Choose your favorite era, your favorite heroes, and jump in multiplayer with your fellow troopers. The new Battlefront 2 era has begun. Greetings ladies and troopers, the much needed Kyber 2.0 update is here and we can finally enjoy Battlefront 2 as it was supposed to be. After 7 years we are at last able to play our
7 years. They finally put all this stuff into basically one mod.
favorite Star Wars characters and maps online. Made by the Star Wars Battlefront 2 community, this brilliant update allows you to host and join public servers
So you can make your own private matches and whatnot. You can do PvE, like co-op, or you can do the PvP matches.
can finally avoid the many issues we had with latency, cheaters, and most importantly, load easily any modded extension packs from Nexus mods. It's incredible how simple this works. All you need to do is have the Kyber app installed, choose the game mode you want, and join a server in your region. Before we get into installing the app, let's talk about the huge amount of content Kyber allows you to play with. If you are more focused on playing as a trooper, trooper reinforcement, and era-accurate heroes, then Battlefront Plus is the...
Look at all the characters they have. They have Cal Kestis, Mando, Thrawn. They brought him in from the fucking movies and games.
best thing for you. There is so much variety in Battlefront 2 now because you can choose to equip more primary and now even secondary weapons. There are 66 new blasters and pistol variants that you can choose from and even pair them together, meaning you can run a primary blaster rifle, a secondary pistol, and officers can also use a binocular.
Now, here's the thing, right? If Battlefront 3 ever comes out, This should be the bar that it goes for. At least hit the bar of what this is doing right now.
Pillars for different abilities and airstrikes. Here you'll find iconic blasters such as the Geonosian Sonic Blaster, the V6D Projectile Blaster,
Listen to the sounds.
the T7 Disruptor Rifle, and the Commando DC-17M Sniper. On top of these, you can load in new reinforcements, heroes, and brilliant clone
Yeah, Kraken, this is a mod.
trooper skins, all
Did you think that EA did this? No. No.
thanks to the Battlefront Plus mod pack. In case you are more oriented towards playing legend characters, then you
7 years for private matches? What are you talking about, House? What are you talking about? Are you not watching the video? Do you see what's on the screen right now? How many characters? How many guns they've added? Maps? Like, what are you talking about? 7 years for private matches.
can choose to play the Battlefront Expanded Pack on the Kyber servers. This one includes 60 plus new lightsaber and blaster heroes, along with reinforcements which we have covered in a previous video. Both mod packs include characters with custom animations and particle effects, the difference being that Battlefront Expanded also includes more heroes from
That's badass. They added their own little particle effects.
and particle effects, the difference being that Battlefront Expanded also includes more heroes from Legends and other Star Wars games, such as Starkiller, Cal Kestis, and many more. If you wanna try a different version of Battlefront 2, there's also the Battlefront
Yeah, you can play this with other people. Yeah, you download this. You can make your own private server. You can play custom matches. You can play PvP. You can play PvE. Like, you can play co-op and stuff. Water.
realistic overhaul, which makes the game, well, more realistic, making all units less tanky, including heroes,
Oh, nice. There's like a hardcore mode. Sweet.
decreasing regen, and removing most of the HUD. This mod essentially turns Battlefront 2 into a tactical shooter and a completely different experience. Friendly fire is also a thing, heroes are not that tanky and OP anymore, and the best thing is that you can pair it up with other mods such as Expanded and Battlefront Plus. In my personal experience, these are the best packs out there that
Look at all of those heroes.
can be paired up with Kyber, and the fact that we can finally play all these
House, I just said what it was, man. I don't know if you like left and came back. I said Kyber 2.0 is a launcher that takes all the mods and puts them in one location for you.
incredible projects together online is absolutely amazing. Of course, you can pair up Kyber with other mod packs or even individual mods such as the Umbara map, Magito, Coruscant, Dagobah, and so on. Before we move on to showcasing the online gameplay, let's discuss about Kyber. Kyber is right now in its phase 1 beta testing, which means
It's still in beta.
you can join up by either applying for it or supporting them on Patreon. The first phase will last 1 or 2 more weeks, then a couple of other testing phases will occur, and lastly the full version will be released to the public for free. In short terms,
When did this video come out? This video came out 2 weeks ago. Okay.
in a couple of months we should have Kyber fully released. For now it's in closed beta and it's mostly used for testing. If you downloaded Kyber 2.0, then it's pretty easy from here. You simply join or host a server and choose the mod packs you wanna download, or you can head over to the mods and simply drag the files from Nexus right into the app. You can also join their Discord link down below and ask around for instructions. An installation tutorial will also be posted soon. The app is so smooth and easy to use, and it allows you to host servers in any game mode, whether it's co-op or PvP. You can choose to play with or without mods, kick people you don't like, swap teams, choose the number of bots you wanna add, enable friendly fire, and many more brilliant stuff. Also, real quick before we jump into gameplay, I'd like to thank each one of you for the incredible support, as we are now 2000 troopers strong. It might be a small number, but I never thought we would reach this brilliant milestone, so thank you a lot for the unconditional support. We'll continue show.
How many people did he hit? Oh, he's a small channel. Like me. Yeah, he's got 3,000. He's got more than me. I thought he was a bigger channel.
We would reach this brilliant milestone, so thank you a lot for the unconditional support. We'll continue showcasing the brilliant work provided by the Star Wars modding community, as it is more and more clear that the future of Star Wars shooter games resides with modded content. I know there are plenty of you around here also using consoles, so please let me know down in the comments what other Star Wars games you want covered on the channel. More videos in 2025 will be focusing Battlefront 2 mods, Star Wars sagas, galactic contention, and soon an in-depth showcase of the entire Battlefront Plus content, so make sure you have force pushed that sub button. There are also a lot of incredibly fun Battlefront Expanded, Battlefront Plus and realistic overhaul events going on Kyber right now, so keep your eyes open for our community posts as well. There's more content on the way from the Kyber team that I am not really allowed to talk about yet, but all this stuff will be available soon, so make sure you stick around. This time we also did commentary on top of the gameplay. We did experience some audio issues, but you will definitely enjoy the mods, and please let me know if you like this format, or if we should just do non-commentary gameplay in the future. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the showcase and gameplay. Happy New Year everyone, may the force be with you, and most importantly, watch those wrist rockets!
So this is gameplay. Oh, this is all the rest of this is gameplay. Hold on, let me see something. Battlefront Online, that's the Separatists, Expanded Online, Expanded HVV, Realistic Overhaul Online. All right, let's watch this a little bit.
This does quite some damage, look at that. Throwing a grenade. Refresh abilities. For the Republic, let's go. Okay, where's everybody at? Oh. I'm gonna switch to my other favorite pistol now. Well, the AI is kinda crazy in this as well. In Battlefront Plus and Battlefront Expanded, the AI is also like punching you if you get close to them. They're slightly enhanced, so they're slightly more difficult to kill. This is a very good weapon for close range. Okay,
I'm gonna try the OBS thing and see if that fixes it.
I believe this droid here is healing us as well. We need to cover our brother there. He's doing the best he can do. Refresh the abilities.
Does this only work with the Steam edition, or does it work with the Epic edition as well on PC?
We can actually go and pick up a hero. We're gonna play as Captain Rex, of course. Difficult choice. I'm gonna go phase 1 Captain Rex. I'm gonna activate my damage resistance. The third ability. Oh, there's a droidica here. Droidica, I'm gonna throw another one of these disruptors. Disruption grenades.
Yeah, but Streamlabs OBS uses more than OBS.
The middle ability stops all healing for the surrounding players. We got the player. We got the AI. Another AI. It's amazing the fact that you can like just... I mean, I need the AI to... Oh, can I? Oh, I can, yeah.
Just like the simulation.
Look at this guy. This is an incredible reinforcement as well. We're gonna try it later if we actually die somehow. Oh, there he is. Oh, they actually deploy the shield. That's crazy.
Adjusting the transmitter to find a signal.
Okay, we got the other dude as well again. Activating my damage resistance and deactivating the enemy's healing.
I have an i7
clear up those
6700,
droids.
32 gig, 3060
them up real quick.
graphics card.
This guy's still here. He's hanking up a lot of damage. We need another shield here. Come on. I need this AI to do better. Oh, there's a Magna God. The Magna God here. Deactivating his healing. No problem. We've got another player. 2 more players joined in. Okay, so there's like 4 players now in the server, and we literally just made it up earlier. ATTs are taking hits. I don't think anybody's manning them right now, so I might have to actually...
Is it for the Nexus mod only for Steam games? Oh, did you say it's for OBS? I'm pretty sure any because it's just a mod manager. Okay.
Give up Captain Rex. Might actually have to do that. Let's do it. All right, let's go. Right, let's lay down pressing fire. That guy's a gunner. That guy's a gunner as well.
That's Battlefront Online Plus. Okay, hold on. I want to see some of the characters if they.
Okay, and pre-OP.
Okay, so we have Ahsoka. We have Maz. We have what's her name from Meredith? Meriden? Yeah, Cal Kessis. Who's this? Is this Natalie Portman? Is that who that's supposed to be? Who's that? Is that Queen Alabama? I think it is. That's Mando. That's Bad Batch.
Let's try her. The F ability gives you a lot of boost speed, I think. So yeah, let's go with that for now.
They were supposed to bring her in.
The middle
but,
ability teleports
Disney
into them
didn't
for
okay
one
it.
attack. And you can throw your lightsaber as well.
They didn't okay this for the game, but they okayed the show. Why?
Dead. Okay. Take out this guy here.
Yeah, sure. I'll just click it. I'll click on it and see who it is. Yeah. No, not my game.
Gonna take as many droids out as possible because can't do much unless we're gathered here.
Think how ridiculous it is that you want to put a character in a Star Wars game that's in Star Wars, and Disney's like,
GG's,
no, we don't
one
want
sip
that.
of coffee later,
Okay,
and we are
but
back.
yet they'll take
We're
a
playing with the
brand
lights right now, but
and then
I think
throw it
we
into
kinda,
Fortnite and be like,
kinda
yeah,
wanna
you can
play
have it in
with droids.
Fortnite.
So I can just go in here.
Why?
And swap people. So let's say we can put in, we can change spot in here. I could go here.
Why wouldn't you create a character in your own game?
Put myself in the other team. For the droids, I'm gonna choose a different pistol as well. So let's say I'm gonna go with, this is a Naboo Guard pistol, I believe. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna go pick another skin for our droid. We've got Engineer, we've got a Field Commander, Weapons Factory, Citadel. Ooh, this is kind of sick.
Yeah, boy.
Right, let's try this guy out now. Okay. Kind of like a marksman soul droid. Ventress is here. Look at that. Amazing.
Don't forget, in about an hour and 15 minutes, we're going to be watching the Xbox Direct at 1 o'clock.
Design. Increases damage towards enemies revealed by sonar scan. Oh, okay, so you need to use these together. Okay, oh yeah, that's a lot more damage. If you use both of these abilities, that's a lot of damage. Yeah.
Well, they still supported this game, though, Titan, for like 2-3 years. They stopped supporting it in, 2022? So it was out. They supported it for 4 years, which is just so weird. And we know it sold like 12 million, 15 million copies.
There it goes. She goes down. These legs.
What do you expect from a company who made a fucking hotel of Star Wars and it couldn't last?
Nice. Alright, let's go for the Magna God, actually. Combat acceleration, recovers stamina for melee attacks and blocking.
So they've
regen,
made their
stolen
own...
Oh my
Their
god,
own
so many
thing,
abilities.
their
I
own
can't,
maneuvers
I
and
can't
stuff.
memorize all that. Can I block? Yeah, I can. Oh my god, stop moving. Heal up. Spamming my abilities right now.
Abilities. I don't know why I couldn't
We're
think
not
of it.
regaining any health. Nice. Right, there we go. Finally.
Django.
We need to get a lot of points back. Let's go back to D.
Oh, cool. Do you hear Django's guns?
Use the flamethrower. Me there. Nice and easy. Captured it real quick.
It's got that distinct gun sound that he has. That's a nice detail.
Flamethrower. He's dead. AA never misses. These use our armor enhancement.
Called Kyber. It's a launcher that puts all the mods. You can put all the mods in it.
Sam,
Did you just say Sam? Who's Sam? Nice little comeback. Look at that. Try them.
Yeah, he cut it because someone came up behind him. Who came up behind him?
Look at that.
Is that Jar Jar? Is that Darth's Jar Jar? What the hell? Or is it just a Gungan?
Try the Magna Combat Gods. Don't have time to test this out. Okay. Where's Hunter at? Oh, explosive.
Yeah, they stopped supporting this. A very small team was on this, completing this. Not this Kyber, but Battlefront 2 in general. And the rest of the team got moved over to Battlefront 2042.
rounds. So we've seen that explosive damage on the middle ability. Probe turret. Probe turret. Oh, nice.
Nice.
What does the turret do, though? Running a pinging hostiles. Okay. An insane missile launcher here. Look at that. Still didn't kill him. That's a commando. Yeah, that's why.
Alright, let me see what else.
What appearances does she have?
Oh,
Legacy.
Ventress looks good. She looks good.
Oh, these are pretty sick. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to die this quick, come on.
I like that ability right there. Is that Cal Kessis?
Special combatant on the ground.
Or is that... No, that's Star Killer. That's cool. I think that's Star Killer. That's cool. I suck at the heroes. When we play, I suck at it.
Shouldn't have made me angry. Get up on my account.
I love watching like Jedis fight, man. There you go. Make a Star Wars. I understand there's hunters out there with guns, but think about like Marvel Rivals, but with Star Wars, with all the Jedis and stuff like that. More melee kind of combat. All right, let me see what else they got here. He's still using the same one. This is expanded. He's using Darth Maul. Oh no, he's using Darth Maul's brother. What's his name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. We got Privezla. What else you got here? Okay. Got Snoke. Okay. There's Darth Jar Jar right there. Right at the corner there at the top. Oh, you got Bane. Cad Bane. Oh, that's cool. You got the jetpack with the black saber. Bro. Fucking flying around as a Mandalorian with a saber. That's cool. Look at the way they made his moveset. The way he thrusts and then like slides. Like right there, like the jetpack just enough to get him away. I mean, obviously it's sort of like the Jedi slide, but it's cool with the jetpack. let's go from that. What is this? What is this? Is it Obi-Wan? Or is it Anakin? It's probably Anakin. All right, then we have the realistic overhaul online.
Is there like any cover on this?
Is there any what?
Cover, like rocks, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, at least it's not like the Naboo Plains map. There's no cover at all on that one.
Oh, dude, Naboo Plains Unrealistic Overhaul is just, like, insane.
The fact that there's no HUD above the enemies or your teammates is just crazy. You can't tell who's who.
Well, you can.
Try a bit of
One are
boba
wearing stormtrooper outfits.
here on the realistic mode. We need to be careful because we can lose the health. We can lose our health like very quickly, and you can see the regen is a lot slower. Okay.
I'd be playing this right here.
Can't even tell if you're like hitting someone because there's no hit
People
marker.
play completely differently.
You can only
when
tell
it's
if you actually
hardcore mode.
got someone if you look.
No one, right? Because if you find a spot and you can kill people, no one knows where you are. Okay, you get one shot, so you're not running out in the fucking open. You play completely different when it's a hardcore match.
Up to the kill feed. Just gonna sit here and camp this. Camping makes a lot more sense now in
Of course
in
it does.
Battlefront 2 if you are playing realistic overhaul. You actually need to play it a bit.
You play it like actual war. You don't run out in the field and be like, "La, la, 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 la." You're not doing that. You want to survive. You have one life basically.
Sneaky.
It's you or me.
Camp a little bit, I guess. Hold your position. Push and then just hold your position.
That's
We
right.
got this one, I think. See, no hit markers. Oh, there's Darth Maul. You can also shoot your teammate heroes as well, so they can't parry. So they can't parry friendly fire. There we go. This is insane. You just... Oh, it was a friendly. Oops.
I don't understand. Why are you?
You be very careful.
Don't you have
with this game
stormtroopers
mode.
on your team?
You just... There we go. You just sit here and snipe
It's
people.
pretty easy
I
to
think the
know
sniper
who's on
class
your
is
team.
the best in this, with this realistic mode. The officers are pretty useful as well, because they can heal a lot. They've got this refresh card ability, I think, which is refreshes people's healing whenever they sit next to you. That's pretty useful now. Oh, there's Luke. Oh, we got him! The thing is, the heroes are very squishy as well. It literally took one grenade to take him out. Let's see if this works. The minigun is pretty...
That'd be cool if you could do a mod. Do they have a mod for
powerful
Hell
this
Let
as well.
Loose, but
Should
with
be just
Star
randomly
Wars? That'd be
spraying
cool.
and getting killed. Oh no. Dark Commando. Let's run as a Papa Vader for a while now. See, we've only got... What is it? 290 health? Oh well. There's Lando there. Wow, look at that! Look how much damage you... Oh, he's gone? He's gone?
Yep.
It's insane how much damage we just
Is
took
there
in like
heals?
2 seconds.
Now this is why you need medics.
Oh my god, okay. There's a guy here. The same guy as earlier. Wow. What? Just one sniper shot can take out Vader like he's nothing.
All right, that's pretty cool. I'll have to take a look at this. See what the requirements and stuff are. That's cool. So if you guys like Battlefront 2, it's called the Kyber. Let me go to the actual site here. Let me see. Kyber, Discord. Kyber 2.0. The launcher. Let me see if I can go to it real fast. Kyber for Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PC. Features and functionalities, 24/7 servers, comprehensive support. Right now, I think it's invite only, or if you pay for their Patreon, but it's going to be free for everyone afterwards. 24/7 dedicated servers, server management, mod support, automated modding, mod browser, mod collection, stats and proximity voice chat, all-in-one launcher, career stats, proximity voice chat, spectator mode, and Discord activity. You can support them on Patreon. Let's see here. Play. Join the beta playtest. So you can join the beta playtest. Playtest 1, Wave 2. Beta playtest 2 deployed. About 1,000 new playtesters have been selected. So there you go. So you have to get in or you pay for right now, but it will be free for everyone. When was this done? This was on, they have a date. Oh, it's Mirren. That's what it is. Okay. Padme's in it. Second sister. Very cool. There you go. If you're interested, go to Kyber, KYBER.GG. I like finding stuff like that. That's cool. Definitely going to look into that. Do they give you? I guess the requirements would just be for the game. Let me look what the game is. See if my game is going to get destroyed. Let's see. Star Wars. Recommended processor, Intel i7 6700 or equivalent. There you go. So I'm good. We good. I have it on Epic when it was free on Epic, so I have it on the computer. Yeah, we're watching the Xbox Direct at 1 o'clock. Duplis. All right, let's go through Twitter. See what's on Twitter. See if any new stories happened while we were live doing what we were doing. I made a scrolling Twitter song. Let me see if it's too loud.
It's time of the show where we dive into X. The feed is buzzing, the news is alive.
Just play in the background.
It's popping on X this morning light. Looking for news that came out while we were live on the daily grind. Oh, it's the morning scroll, it's the story today. Hot takes, jokes, and the games we can play. Coffee in hand and let the chaos unfold. It's a brand new day on the morning scroll.
So while I'm sitting here looking through Twitter, because I can't put up Twitter on here because God knows sometimes Twitter likes to put shit on there. Someone throws in some crazy shit on Twitter.
The tea's been spilled, memes so fresh, the caffeine fueled thrills. I've read so long, I've lost my way.
Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-order $62.99. Yeah, the morning scroll.
Coffee in hand, let the chaos unfold. It's a brand new day on the morning scroll. On the morning scroll.
You guys see what they did with the
Trending,
Captain America?
been spilled, memes
The new movie poster, right? If you look at the regular movie poster for Captain America, it's Anthony Mackie's on it. But if you look at the one in China,
morning scroll. It's the story today.
they like shrunk him, put him in front of the sun, so all you see is like a silhouette of the character, and you can't see him. Good old Disney. Elon hasn't said anything crazy today. Well, that's good.
Oh, it's the morning scroll, it's the story today. Hot takes, jokes, and the games people play. Coffee in hand, let the chaos unfold. It's a brand new day on the morning scroll. From sunrise laughs to the trending scene.
You gotta love it because what are they say what they stand for, but then they do the opposite, right? So stupid. Here, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it.
It's time of the show where we dive into X. The feed is buzzing, the news is alive. Tweets are chirping, trends take flight. It's popping on X this morning light. Looking for news that came out while we were live on the daily grind.
Let me get.
The morning scroll, it's the story today. Hot takes, jokes, and the games we play. Coffee in hand, let the chaos unfold. It's a brand
I'm trying to find one for you guys. That's you know, that's you can actually see. I'll put it side by side comparison.
Hashtags trending, the tea's been spilled. Memes so fresh, the caffeine fueled thrills. I've read so long, I've lost my way, but it's all good vibes on this fine day. Oh, it's the morning scroll, it's the story today. Hot takes, jokes, and the games people play. Coffee in hand, let the chaos unfold. It's a brand new day on the morning scroll. On the morning scroll.
There we go. I found it.
Hashtags trending, the tea's been spilled. Memes so fresh, the caffeine fueled thrills. I've read so long, I've lost my way, but it's all good vibes on this fine day. Oh,
It's not as bad, but it just shows you. Okay, so this right here is the regular poster, right? Like you can see Anthony Mackie, right? It's a big poster. There's a black man on the thing. He's the main character, right? And then Disney's the one that tells you that you guys are racist and sexist and misogynistic, right? But they want to make sales in China, right? They want to make sales in China. So they do this. They do a nice little side profile, shrink his ass down, move him over in the corner, try to make him as hard as possible to see, because that's what they do, right? They do this all the time. They did this with Finn in Star Wars. American posters, he's like big, right? They're like, hey, there's John Boyega. Then over in China, they're like, they put him up in the corner. Because Disney will preach to you and tell you that you are sexist, racist, or misogynistic. But at the same time, they're the ones shrinking certain characters and moving them into the corners and making them tinier on posters. Right, it's because we care. We don't care. But they want to make money. China cares. China doesn't want to see that. That's why they do it. They're like, well, if you want to show the movie in China, you can't put them on the movie poster. You got to shrink them down. They get the right? Like, again, this is like the poster right here for us, right? This is the poster for us. Nice big. They show you who it is. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, there he is. They're like, you guys are racist. Oh, we have to put it in China? Hold on a second. Let's shrink him down. Let's get the ruler out. He's 3 inches. That's too big. You're gonna have to remove him or push him back further. And if you think I'm full of shit, right? Do you think it's convenient that, right? Do you think it's convenient that when they showed Black Panther, here's the American version, and then there's a Chinese version? Look at all the faces you can see here in the American version. And then look at the Chinese version. Oh, Black Panther's in his mask. Right? Imagine that. Imagine the company that tells you that you're sexist, racist, and misogynistic, are the ones that cover up someone's face or shrink them down or move them to a corner or completely change the movie poster because they want to make money in that other country. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's time of the show where we dive into X. The feed is buzzing.
Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment president David Hayden is leaving the company. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Might be a good thing since Warner Brothers is basically losing everything. We'll talk about that tonight. That's a new story. We'll talk about that tonight. Already show the Iron Man poster. Let me see. Iron Man poster. Iron Man poster. China. Oh, are you talking about? Well, hold on. There's this one. There's multiple ones. Let me get image. Image. Let me get the nice big ones for you guys. There's this one. There's this one. There's that one. That's Iron Man 3, right? Nice big. He's big on the screen. He's solo on the poster, right? Here's Iron Man, right? Look at that. Where's Terrence Howard? Look at Terrence. Terrence is on there. Look at that. Yeah. But we're the ones. But we're the ones. Get out of here. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 development takes another big step forward. Okay, whatever that means. Terrence isn't even black. I mean, they don't care. They're like, oh, he's black enough. Look at all this.
Harder. I've been looking at this thing.
Here, let me stop this real fast so you can hear this.
2022, and it's still pretty much full with Eternals.
This is what you get.
Doctor Strange.
Right? Look at all this Marvel stuff that doesn't sell.
There's just nothing ever gonna be able to move this stuff. Now here's something new. We have a Thor from the Infinity Saga, which he looks pretty derpy. Maybe that's why he didn't sell. He's $10. It's not a bad figure, but I'm over the MCU. Let me know how you feel about the MCU in the chat right now. Oh boy, a case of Miss Marvel. Awesome.
Oh, the show is fantastic, right? Everyone loved the show.
Well, mostly Miss Marvel. There was another one that I pulled out, and it was mostly Miss Marvel too, but then the other one was not Shuri.
There's Kingpin there.
There's a trend here.
That
Marvel
What If?
characters that aren't Spider-Man or the mainline heroes just don't seem
That's
to
Ant-Man.
resonate with most audiences.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars ones. Here, let me yeah. There's the one Star Wars one, right? That's the American version. There's Finn. Finn looks nice. There he is, right? Then you have this one. Where's Finn? Right? Oh, there he is. They shrunk him down and moved him over. Right? There he is. See him promptly right there. Right? There's Han and Leia. There he is. They're like, oh, let's make them bigger, make him smaller. They do it all the time. There's still Chinese posters of Red Hulk punching Falcon's shield. The country of China Titan doesn't want to promote black people on posters, even if there is. The fact and the whole point of me saying this is that the company of Disney likes to tell people that they're sexist, racist, and misogynistic, and that's why they don't like their stuff. But this is the same company who, when putting their movies in other countries, if there's a gay scene, they'll take it out of the movie. If there's a gay kiss scene, they'll take it out of the movie. If there's a black prominent person in the movie, on the poster, they will shrink it, they will move it, they will do what they have to do so they can make the money in that other country. So what they preach here and do there is what I'm talking about. Buddha Papa says, so what you're saying is Disney, even though they go after people for being, exist, etc., but they are racist. Imagine that. That's my point. But 30, the multi-million-dollar company told me they care about racism. They do. Unless there's this, right? Roadkill says, I think all the black people should get together and sue China for discrimination. Good luck with that. I just think it's funny that the company that preaches the loudest does the worst. New World Ethereum has got a new season of Conquerors that's coming out or is out. Rockstar Online has 3 brand new lunar New Year's stunt races. Albion Online has a weekend of a final invasion day. Guilds are preparing for the final push. Captain America Brave New World has a $180 million budget, and the new Marvel film is tracking to open to at least $90 million. Okay, well, that's good. They don't have to make it all back one weekend, but it does help the biggest they can go. Oh, sure, there's a lot of posters. Yeah, a lot of variations of posters. Let's see. PC Gamer says, I played 6 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and folks, I think this one was worth the wait. We'll see, PC Gamer. We will see. Roadkill says there was tons of reshoots on that. It only cost that much. Well, they probably had, and I'm guessing here. I don't know where they filmed Roadkill, but there was probably a tax write-off, not tax write-off, tax incentives for certain places. So let's say they filmed in like Washington D.C. and D.C. was giving out $20 million of tax incentives for filming in the location. They don't include that in the $180 million type of thing, right? So it might cost $230 million based on the incentives and stuff that they got. So when they want to make sure they only report the stuff that they spent, not what they also were credited on top of that, right? Because certain areas will give them a certain, for the first couple movies that come in, they get the majority of that. It's the shortest movie. It's the shortest movie of any Marvel movie that's out. And the 3 times they did testing, it bombed dramatically in the 3 test shootings. And they went back and shot again, and they put it again, and people still hated it. And then they did it again, and they brought it back, and they did it again. No, that's not why it has a smaller budget, Titan. Let's see here. Is on track to earn 90 million on its domestic box office opening weekend. Similar numbers to Deadpool and Black Panther. The film had a $180 million budget. When does that come out? Does that come out? Does it come out February? When's the release date for that? Captain America, Brave New World. Release date, February 13th, 2025. Okay. So we have 3 movies this year. We have Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. Yeah, so this is the blitz. This is the push that they're doing right now. Lots of articles, Hollywood Reporters, Superhero Hype, Deadline, Screen Rant, Movie Web. They're all coming out with articles at the exact same time. So this is the push. This is the push you to tell you that it cost what their projection is. Some say 95 million, some say 90 million, 4-day opening weekend. $90 million for 180 million opening weekend. If it does hit the 90 million, that would be half. But that's the budget for the movie, not the marketing. So if it's 180 million, it's 350, 360, so it has to make 400 million. Right? So just be aware of that. The 180 million has nothing to do with the marketing. That's just the budget of the film. It'll be interesting. All right, it's 12:24. I'm going to actually we can set that up now. Let me set that up now. We're gonna do the Xbox Direct. Let me set up that stream right now. That's not what I wanted to use. Settings. Daily grind. It's what, an hour long? Okay. Let me get the... Is it posted on their channel only? Xbox Direct. Bethesda Softworks has it running. Yeah, we'll watch that. 34 minutes. It. How do I guess I have to do it. I don't know how to do the redirect. Oh, the redirect has to go on the other video. Redirect allows you to keep viewers engaged across multiple events. Add a live stream to premiere for people to watch after yours ends. Okay, so I got to do it to the video that we were watching now. So let's say 12:45. Do that. Done. Okay, now I got to go to this one. As you can tell, I do this very often. Let's see. Redirect. How do you customization, redirect, add? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to end this stream, and then it's going to go into the next stream. Okay. I'm going to take about a 10-15 minute break, and then we go back live. It's going to go live. So this one's going to end. The other one will kick in. It says 12:45, but I'm going to go live right away. And then it'll just play music while you guys wait. And then I'll be back around 12:45 to watch the Xbox Direct. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Appreciate it very much. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much for coming out, hanging out with us for the daily grind. We'll be back in just about, 3 minutes on a new channel. You should get redirected. If you don't get redirected, just look for the new stream. Appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. We're nitty tuning daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Laughs and news, our winning blend, the show with you, our dearest friend. Comments rolling, chats alive, the daily grind, 5-star vibe. Tune in.